Good afternoon. My name is Brianna McDaniel, and currently I'm a junior at the University of Houston downtown studying education, more specifically 4 through 8 generalization with a supplemental certification in ESL. As of right now, my philosophy in education, of course, which may change as I approach my career, also while I grow and learn as a teacher, is very student-centered. For I believe that every student is unique in their own way, with different individualized styles of learning, where then it is my responsibility as their teacher to expound on my students' gifts, talents, as well as their cognitive knowledge, to then provide an environment that will encourage a safe classroom for all my students for maximum learning. For each student is phenomenal in their own way, so I believe I could be that critical influence to integrate a fun way of teaching, but also engage all my students to have fun when learning math. Make sure you grab your notes, a bingo card, and a piece of notebook paper. We are going to be doing that today. Do you guys recognize this song?
Yeah, it's Katy Perry's Roar.
Yes. All right, class. Today we're going to learn about order of operations. According to the TEKS, we have to learn the numbers and equations and how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide rational numbers, as well as apply these understandings to the order of operations. So let's listen to the song to finish it up. All right, so let's get started. So again, we're going to go over the order of operations. First looking at this, how do you think we're going to solve this? Anyone know? I could see the confusion in your eyes. So what we're doing, like I was saying, the order of operations, that's what we're going to do with this equation. The point of order of operations is to simplify our equations so that this big, huge equation can get down to a very small, so that it'd be easier for us to solve. So, again, why do we need to learn this? Is anyone curious? Yes. Okay, the reason why we need to learn this is math is not only about teaching us how to add and subtract, multiply and divide, but it also gives us hope that every problem we have will have a solution. This is exactly what we're going to find today, the solution for a long problem. With that question, why? I'm going to give you a real life situation as to how we're going to use this order of operations. So the very first equation we're going to go over is Joe goes shopping at the mall, his favorite store. He decides to buy 2 t-shirts for $8. In addition, he wants to buy a $20 pair of jeans. But the good news is there's a $3 discount. So, what do you think his total is going to be if we were looking at this? We don't know, right? So let's look at our notes. And what does our notes say? What is the first thing that says? Parentheses. If you wouldn't mind writing on your notes next to parentheses, brackets, because if you see a bracket, that's also the first thing that you want to do. Okay, so looking at this equation, the first thing is to do is the brackets, right? But which bracket do we do first? Does anyone know? Like the song said, we start from left to right, just like whenever we're reading a book. So starting with this equation, what's 2 times 8? Come on, guys. 16. Come on. So the next one, what's 20 minus 3?
17.
17. Okay, so he's going to spend $16 for his shirts. He's going to spend $17 for his pair of jeans. So one thing I forgot to mention is whenever you're doing this equation, you want to write down right below it so that it's easier for you to see it. So What's 16 plus 17? You can do, that's why you guys have a piece of paper for you to do that math. 33. So how much is he gonna spend today? $33 at the store. Everyone make sense? This was a pretty easy equation. Let's go over some more. Alright. So, looking over your notes, let's go over that real quick. The order, there's 4 steps. It says the first one, parentheses or brackets. The second one is exponents. That's the second thing you do in an equation. The third thing is multiplication and division. Then the last thing you want to do is addition and subtraction. Whenever on your notes as well, make sure that you write left to right so that you can remember the order as to how to do your equations. So let me give you an acronym as to how we can solve this so that you guys can remember this whenever you're going into the test. It is called PEMDAS. Can anyone guess what this stands for? Look on your notes. Exactly. It stands for what order you need to be doing everything. So if you cannot remember PEMDAS, this is also another easier way to remember. What does this say? Sorry. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Let me write that down. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. We all have that aunt in our life, so if you have an aunt that starts with an S, you can put her name instead of Sally. So, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. What does the P stand for? Parentheses, right? That's the first step, right? What's the E stand for?
Exponents.
Good. M?
Multiplication and division.
Okay. M is multiplication and then division, you're right. And then A?
Addition.
Good. S?
Subtraction.
Good. So, that's the order that you want to be doing your order of operations. So let's go over another example. I'm going to switch up pens. So I'm going to write PEMDAS so that I can remember. Whenever I'm doing it. Okay, using this PEMDAS, like it says on your notes, we are going to go over some more examples. The first example we are going to go over is 2 plus 3 times 8 plus 5 to the power 3 divided by 2. Okay, this looks pretty long and it's pretty intimidating, but using the PEMDAS, we're going to be able to simplify this down to one answer. So, using PEMDAS, what's the first thing we're going to use?
Parentheses.
Yes, we're going to look inside the parentheses. Secondly, what's the second thing we're going to do?
Exponents.
Exponents. So, what's 5 to the power of 3? 125. Very nice. Okay, not only am I going to bring down the exponent, I'm going to bring down everything else so that I can see everything. Plus 2. What's the next thing that, according to PEMDAS?
Division.
Well, multiplication, then division, yes. So what's 125 divided by 2? 62.5. That is what I also got. Okay, we are still not done with the parentheses. What's the last thing we have to do?
Addition and subtraction.
Add it. Yes, you are right. Okay, 70.5. That's what I got. Is that what everyone else got? Yes? Good. Okay. Also, guys, whenever you're working the parentheses, make sure that you keep your parenthesis brackets around so that you can see what your final answer was from this parentheses. Okay, what's the next thing we're going to do? Finishing, now that we're done with the parentheses.
Multiplication.
Multiply. Okay, what are we going to multiply? 3 times 70.5, right? So what is that answer?
211.5.
Yes, 211.5. Okay, we are still not done. We have one more thing to do. And what is that?
Add the 2.
Add the 2. So what is going to be our final answer for this?
213.5.
Very nice. Okay, that is your final answer. You see how easy it was to get to here? It should be one simple answer, not the entire equation. Okay, now I'm going to do it the wrong way so that I can show you guys why it's so important to go to follow the PEMDAS. Okay, this is the wrong way, so don't memorize this way. I'll write it down right here. Wrong. I'm going to show you. So what's the equation again? 2 plus 3 times 8 plus 5 to the power of 3 divided by 2. Okay, so again I'm going to use the parentheses. And then I'm going to go straight into the exponent. So we said 125 divided by 2. Bring everything else down. Okay, instead of doing the division like I'm supposed to do, I'm going to add. So what's 125 plus 8? Someone do that simple math for me.
133.
133. Okay. See, I already messed up. Now, we still have to finish the parentheses. What's 133 divided by 2? I got 66.5. Is that what y'all got?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Oops, I forgot to bring everything else down. Okay, looking at the first equation, you can already tell that this is wrong in the parentheses, right? What's it supposed to be?
70.5.
70.5, so I'm already off. So what I'm going to do next is multiply 66.5 times 3. What is that? Can someone do that math for me?
$199.5.
199.5. Then I'm going to add the 2. So what is that going to be? 201.5. Do you guys see the difference between the first one and the second one? And what steps I did that were wrong for me to get to this? That's why using PEMDAS is so important, guys. Okay, moving on. Alright, instead of me doing all the problems, you guys are going to now work it out on a whiteboard. So clear off your desk a little bit. You can still have your notes out, that's fine. Alright, big. So, the equation that you guys are going to work out, I will write it on the board, is going to be 2 to the power of 3 plus 9 divided by 1. Remember guys, PEMDAS. So I want you guys to use the board. Let me give you guys a marker. And I'm going to see how you guys are going to work this out. Very nice, writing PEMDAS. Okay, once you get that answer, just leave it, and then we're going to go based off that. No, don't practice with it, we're gonna figure out where you went wrong. All right, okay, so I'm gonna work it out so that you guys can see how to do it. So, according to PEMDAS, I'm going to, there's not a parentheses, so I'm gonna go straight to the exponent. So 2 times 2 times 2, well, we got 2 times 2, which is 4, times 2 is what? 8. So, I was looking over here, what you did was 2 times 3, you have to multiply 2 3 times, okay? So now you know, plus 9 divided by 1. So, I already did the exponents, there's not a multiplication, so I'm gonna go straight into division. So 9 divided by 1 is 9, plus 8, that's my final thing. Did division, what the next thing is addition. So the answer should be 17. Do you guys got it? Do you see where you went wrong? Okay, sounds good. All right, everyone think they have it? Kind of? I like that you wrote PEMDAS, that's very good. Okay, today, to finish off class, we are going to play a game. There is a prize. The big prize is goldfish. The little prizes are lollipops. Let me get this out the way for you guys. Okay, that bingo card that you guys picked up in the beginning of class, bring that out. We are going to play bingo. So, these are your equations. Let's worry about the ones with red dots on them, or these are fine. Not the long ones, not yet. We're not there yet. So, the first person to get 3 in a row, you guys will get the big prize, and everyone else will get the lollipop to end the day. So, I will give you about 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes to work it out. Break out a piece of paper if you guys need more. I have more. Excuse me. Okay, let me just fix this real quick. So, according to PEMDAS, we work right to left, right? So the first thing that we should have done was subtract 10 minus 5. So what's 10 minus 5?
5.
Yes, so write down 5, erase that. So, and then you drop down that 5, so add 5 again. So what's our answer now? 10. Very nice. No problem. Which equation is this? Is this 18? 18 plus 9, okay. 2, so you got 29? Oh, is this 27? Okay, okay. Anyone gets 3 yet? Hold on, let me grab my pen. So, alright, so we got our first student to get to 3, so you win the goldfish. That's yours to keep. Close to getting done. Let's finish up our last equation. so that we can go on to our next class. Yes.
I think I messed up on this one.
Okay, so we do the parentheses first, right? So that's a negative number. 7 minus 9, this should have been negative.
Okay.
So negative 3 plus negative 2 equals negative 5. All right, good job, guys. That's the end of class today. For your participation, you guys get some lollipops. I have other flavors if you want that. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow at class. If you did not pick up your homework, please pick it up on your way out. I will see you guys tomorrow. Yay!